You need to stand here.
Hi.
Am I covering it?
All right, are you ready, mate? You can turn around if you like.
Oh,
Hi.
I.
All right. And if you'd just like to step on the other side of him, you're gonna, just on the other side of the stick that we've neatly laid out there for you. And it's just you guys, so if you want to hold hands, if that's what makes you feel comfortable, then do that. And I'm gonna be here, so look at each other, maybe look at me occasionally, but it's about you two, okay? And when you're ready, I'm ready, okay?
So you will see my long lashes.
Big deep breath, shake off the nerves. Let's do it.
Sure.
Are we ready to go, James? Awesome. Tuhia ki te rangi, tuhia ki te whenua. Tuhia ki te nākau, au ngā tangata, ko te mea nui, ko te aroha. Write it in the sky, write it in the land, write it in the heart of the people. The greatest thing is love. Mavic and Karl, here you are. Over your time together, you've made countless memories and shared so many experiences, but today you're taking your relationship up a notch. Not only are you standing here in this beautiful setting, surrounded by loved ones, but more than that, today you are standing in front of your best friend and favorite person to unite your lives in marriage. Marriage, at its core, turns two individuals into one unit. At its bare basics, it's a commitment that you will support and provide for one another and stand by each other for the rest of your lives, no matter what that may bring. But the rest of the stuff, your own uniqueness that you bring to this relationship, that is why you've come to the decision to get married, and that is what you need to embrace and cherish in the years to come. This ceremony serves not only as a milestone in your relationship and a time to make promises that last a lifetime, but it's also an opportunity to celebrate, to reflect on how lucky you are, how far you have come, and how much there is to look forward to in your future as husband and wife. Now, before I continue, for a moment, let us acknowledge a few important people who are not able to join us today. Whether they're at home, thinking of you today, or are sadly no longer with us, you know that your family would be incredibly proud to see you both looking as fulfilled as you do in this moment. Let us not forget, of course, to give special mention to your cats, Kiara and Akila, your very special fur babies. It's a shame that they can't be here with you on such a special day, but you know that they will be very glad to see you when you get home. All right, so to start, consider for a moment just how far you've come from the day that you first met as students in the same class. They say that first impressions are everything, which isn't necessarily true, but nonetheless, thankfully, your first impressions of each other were great. Mavic saw a kind, well-spoken guy exuding what she explains as good boy vibes. In turn, Karl was captivated by your friendliness and just how easy it was to get along with you. You made an imprint on one another from the very beginning, and being in the same class, you had plenty of time to get to know one another. As you were soon to discover, you were brought together by your mutual interest in studying health services management, but that was only the first of many things that you would discover that you have in common. After several months of knowing one another, you decided to give this relationship a go, and from that day, you haven't looked back since. Together, you've achieved a great deal, created so many amazing memories, and shared in so many experiences. With one another's support and encouragement, you both completed your studies and went on to become registered nurses. And in your time outside of work, you've explored New Zealand together, always excited to discover new places and spend time on the road. As well as those big things, you've also found so much joy in the simpler aspects of daily life. Going shopping, trying new foods, teasing and amusing one another with your shared sense of humour, and of course spending time snuggled up with your cats. Honestly, it sounds as though whatever you're doing, you are happy so long as you're together. It may all sound wonderful, and it is, but it's also important to acknowledge that you have had your share of hard times along the way too. Through those hardships, you've given one another strength and security and always come out on the other side stronger than ever. One of Karl's most favourite memories is after you were apart while you studied in Nelson. He still recalls the day he picked you up after those 3 months and just how excited he was to be with you again and to begin another adventure with you by his side. You both have so much respect and understanding for one another and have proven your resilience and determination to make this work even through times of uncertainty. With your own one-of-a-kind take on life, you have a relationship that you wouldn't change for the world. And thanks to that understanding and appreciation for one another and the support and encouragement and enthusiasm that you have, you're going to make this marriage a success. So look now at these wonderful people who are joining you here today, and then look at your best friends standing here, ready to commit the rest of their lives to you. And without further ado, let's get you married. So for a start, I'd like you to read your vows to one another. Karl, you would do the honor of reading first.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll hand you that.
Mavic, 5 years ago, I met you and I never realized that I'll be standing here in one of my favorite places in the world, making vows to be with you forever. Sometime 5 years ago, we were in Queenstown. I fell in love with the place. 5 years ago, I made a promise to myself that if everything goes well between us, this will be the perfect place to tie the knot. A year ago, again, in Queenstown, I popped a question and I got the yes. For the past few years, you have been my rock. When everything seems to be falling apart, you kept me on my feet. You've always been patient with me. And you've always been there. As cliche as it may sound, but yes, through good and bad times, you were there. And I am indeed truly grateful. And for that, I loved you even more. I will forever cherish all the memories we have shared together. And rest assured that my loyalty will always be with you. I may not be the perfect man that you have dreamt of, and I can't promise to be perfect always. I can promise that I can always show my affection physically and to never get grumpy. But I can promise you that whenever you need me, I will be there. And rest assured that I will offer and give you my all, not only in times where it's convenient, but as well as in times when the world might test us and gives us reason to give up. Today, in front of our closest friends, our families back home, friends and loved ones, I pledge my unending love and care to you, my Mavic, my friend, my fiancé, my wife-to-be. I love you, always and forever.
Well done, mate. All right, Mavic, when you're ready, if you'd like to put your flowers down and they can face this way, just towards James there, yeah, awesome. And then Well done, mate. You did it. All right, thank you.
Carl, you know me, I'm not the person who was never good at writing. Even writing a single sentence on Facebook takes me hours to finish. So here it goes. Carl, you are my first real love and would be my last. You are my best friend and companion for the last 6 years that I was alone in a country away from my family. You know, I would never make it here without you, and for that I am very thankful. I love that we both like traveling. We could think of all the places we want to go and never get tired of it. I love that we both love food, and because of that we got fat together, and now we got thin. I mean fit. Fit together. I love and thank you that you allowed me to have our baby cats, Kiara and Akila, even though you were not used to having pets. But in the end, I can feel and see that you love and care for them dearly. I love that you give me enough freedom and gives me space when I need it. I admire how you keep yourself fit and healthy, even though I hate that you always go to the gym and always leave me at home. I hate that you always tease me, but in the end, you make me laugh. From this day on, I promise to love you unconditionally, to be loyal and devoted to you above all others. I promise to encourage and inspire you in good times and bad. I promise to be your biggest fan, your own cheering corner, and a wife that will never stop challenging you as you challenge me to the best. As I take my place as your wife, all I ask is to trust you can look to me for support, loyalty, and above all, love. You shall never be alone, as I will always be with you through most hard times and the best times of our lives. Life is difficult, and the past has not always been easy for us, especially last year when your brother passed away. But the future will be amazing because we have each other. I believe in what we are. I will always love you with every beat of my heart. Even though our families are not here, but they're watching online, so I love you so much.
Okay, so as a symbol of this marriage and those beautiful vows that you've just shared, we're going to exchange the wedding bands. So may we please have the rings. So if you'd like to take one another's rings from the box. So that one's for Karl at the front there. Perfect, hold those nice and tight. All right, so as many celebrant before me has said, these rings as circles are made to represent your eternal love with no beginning and no end. But really, it can be taken even simpler than that. They are just a symbol of everything that you should be grateful for. And that is an irreplaceable best friend, loving families, and the rest of your lives to spend making the absolute most of every moment that you have with them. So with that in mind, Karl, would you please take Mavic's hand and repeat after me? With this ring, I bind my life to yours.
I bind my life to yours.
As your lover, best friend, and husband.
As your lover, best friend, and husband.
From this day.
From this day.
And for the rest of my days.
And for the rest of my days.
Well done, mate. Beautiful. Mavic, please take Karl's hand and repeat after me. With this ring,
I
bind my life to yours.
I bind my life to yours.
As your lover, best friend, and wife.
As your lover, best friend, and your wife.
From this day.
From this day.
And for the rest of my days.
And for the rest of my days.
Well done. All right. Does it feel real? That is the vows done and the rings done. The last thing that I need to make this official is a simple little I do. But before I ask you for those, let me get you excited for the future, because really there is so much for you to look forward to and there is no way to better enter this marriage than excited about what's to come. Together, you know that you're going to keep growing and changing to be the best version of yourselves. As you navigate whatever the future holds, you will keep one another strong and make each other smile every day. From the moment that you wake up and look at one another through until you kiss one another goodnight, never stop being grateful for just how much joy that you bring this incredible life that you share. When the time comes and you begin to raise a family of your own, you know that you will both be wonderful parents, and parenthood is going to be a whole other adventure itself, that's for sure. So with love in your heart and your future in mind, I have just one last question for each of you. Mavic, Baunan Kakam, do you take this cheeky, determined and caring man, Karl Ives Blando Badiola, to be your lovingly wedded husband, to love, honor and respect him so long as you both shall live?
I do.
And to you, Karl Ives Blando Badiola, take this strong, patient and loving woman, Mavic Baunan Kakam, to be your lovingly wedded wife, to love, honor and respect her so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Well then, Mavic and Karl, it is with great excitement that I may now pronounce you husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Badiola. You may kiss. Woohoo! All right. Can we get a woohoo? All right.
That should be the song.
Woo! And then give all of your relatives a wave. You did it. All right. Yeah, would you like to talk to them at all?
Hello. We can talk in Filipino though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Kumusta po yung sa Baguio tsaka sa Bicol? Ano mong sasabihin ko? Yung ikaw na muna.
Maliit lang na salo-salo. Pero next time, it's gonna be bongga.
Yung sa
Pilipinas.
Pilipinas.
So save the date Feb
Feb
2022 as well. So I love you all, even though you're not here to celebrate with us. I'm very thankful that at least we've got the internet to celebrate our special day. I hope you'll be happy for us.
Yun. Yung sinabi niya na. Wala na akong sasabihin. So,
Awesome.
salamat sa lahat. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, so let's make it official. I'm just going to get you to sign your marriage license. So there are two pieces of paper here. One's for you and one's for me. So I just need each of your signatures on both copies. So if we start with you, Karl, you're just signing on this line that says bridegroom. All right. And if you want to hold that for Mavic, and you're just signing here. And then if you want to do the other one as well. Perfect. Perfect. And then your two witnesses today are these Crystal and their husband. Crystal and Oliver. All right. So there's a little bit more for you guys to fill out. So I just need your signature, name underneath, and address on the side. Okay. So we'll start with you, Crystal.
Balik pa ako maiyak.
You guys can turn around if you're worried that they're all looking at you, standing there, just taking the view and appreciate being husband and wife. How does it feel? Different?
Yeah. Relieved though.
Yeah. You should have seen how nervous Karl was looking.
Yeah.
We all thought he was going to collapse. Yeah. And Crystal, maybe turn and James will get a picture of you signing as the witness. It's a very important job, you see. Okay, and I'll just get you to put your signature on this one, and I'll copy your name and address.
How do I look?
Perfect. And you
Huh?
saw what she
Ano
did.
itsura
If
ko?
you could just do the same below here.
Nakabukas lang to.
Malamig. It's cold.
Kumusta?
Maganda. Maganda.
Doesn't she look beautiful?
She is.
Amazing. Had you seen the dress at all? Or?
No.
No?
This is
Oh,
the first time that it's seen.
oh, it's beautiful.
I was like, because it was back at home, back
Yeah.
in Auckland, it was like hanging.
Oh
by
yeah,
my
and
suit. I
like
was
strictly not allowed to go
no,
into
no,
that
I'd rather
wardrobe.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, we were. I was allowed to, but I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have a peek. No, never mind.
Better when it's a
Yeah.
surprise. Ooh, it looks like we got married. You got married just in time. The weather
true,
looks
yeah.
like it might start getting a little windy. Yeah, you can just sign on that one, and I will do the rest when it's out of the rain. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Bring it in. Oh, well done. So I assume that you're going to go and take some amazing pictures somewhere else.
Hopefully it doesn't rain though.
All right.
Yeah.
Now that you're husband and wife, I reckon that we get maybe Oliver, if you stand on the other side, and you two on this side,
yeah.
we'll get a big cheer. How does that sound? All right.
Oh my God.
All right. All right, everybody, give it up for Mr. and Mrs. Badiola! All right. Oh, it's getting a little wet.
Get the rain first.